like to call the 21st meeting, the Village Board of Trustees, the Village of Depew, February 12th, 2024, and we're a little bit late, 7:07. You can have the pledge by Trustee Kraft, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for just a second. All right, we're going to do this one today. God of justice and mercy, thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to serve the people of our village. Help us to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen with understanding and goodwill. Help us to speak with charity and restraint. Give us a spirit of service. Remind us that we are stewards of your authority. Guide us to be the leaders your people need. Help us to see the humanity and dignity of those who disagree with us, and to treat all persons, no matter how weak or poor, with the reverence your creation deserves. And finally, Father, renew us with the strength of your presence and the joy of helping to build a community worthy of the human person. We ask this as your sons and daughters, confident in your goodness and love. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Notification of fire exits by Trustee Hamernick.
The emergency exit is located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exit and evacuate the building.
Roll call.
Trustee Hammernick.
Here.
Trustee Zimba.
Here.
Trustee Kraft.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Is excused.
And Mayor Peterson.
Here. We're going to start with approval of the village board meeting minutes from January 22nd, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we accept village board meeting minutes from January 22nd, 2024.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Next up is accept the zoning board meeting minutes from the December 14th, 2023 meeting.
It's me. Yeah, no, Honorary. Honorary Borden.
Yes.
I know.
One
Accept the
separately, too.
accept the zoning board minutes of December 14th, 2023. Number one, Gary Constantino on behalf of Catholic Health for the property located at 6199 Transit Road, Depew, New York, 14043, of Chapter 260-260-34, parentheses E, parentheses 1, requesting relief from 100 parking spaces, requirement to be allowed 55 parking spaces for Catholic Health facility. Approved.
All those in favor?
Did I read the right one?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Second item.
Number two, David Gusania, architect on behalf of the property located at 5026 Broadway Street, Depew, New York, 14043, of Chapter 260-260-34, parentheses E, parentheses 1, requesting relief from 18 parking spaces, requirement to be allowed 14 parking spaces for a takeout restaurant. Approved.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. All right, we're going to deviate from the agenda just a little bit here. In fact, all of us, I think the board members, myself, received an email a couple weeks back, just after the two snow events that we had. And it's written by one of our residents, Anthony J. Vasona. And he's been here for a while, and he had an incident on the 24th. And I've invited Mr. Vasona to come up to the front if you could. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong person. Come on up. And if you could, I put your paper right on the front there.
Okay.
I didn't ask everybody, sorry.
No, that's good.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
this opportunity. And just want me to read it?
Yes, that's your letter to the board.
As I sent it to the board and to the police chief as well.
Yep, perfect.
Good morning, board members. Last Wednesday, January 24th, 2024, I was traveling west on Walden Avenue at 40 miles per hour, and at the very last second, an SUV pulled out of Ledyard right in front of me in an attempt to make a left-hand turn and to travel east onto Walden. I made my best effort to avoid him, but it was impossible. The impact is best described as horrifying. It was horrifying. For that split second, the words in my head were, "I'm dead." After the impact, completely dazed, I had to force my door open to get out because of a near solid snowbank on the side of the road. As soon as I was able to get out, I heard what I could only describe what seemed to me a voice of an angel, repeatedly asking me if I was okay and if I needed an ambulance. While I answered no, once I got my bearings, she did not leave my side, continuing to ask if I was okay and if I was sure I didn't need an ambulance. When I finally asked her who she was, she said, "I'm an off-duty Depew police officer. I'm coming from the gym and came upon this accident," or something to that effect. As horrible of an incident this was to me, and the memory of it, including my collision shop repair guy saying that had I not made the effort to avoid him and instead hit his door straight on, that he'd be dead, and at the very least you and his passenger would have been seriously injured. I will always have and will never forget the angel that was right there and sincerely concerned for me with nothing more than a desire to help. That's exactly, in my opinion, what angels do. Lieutenant Rochelle Menard was my angel that day, and I will never forget that. I am so proud.
Menard's had 10 years' experience as a patrol division. She was an FTO and a certified trainer. She shows great interpersonal skills, excellent communication skills, and has great knowledge of understanding of police work. She's been a lieutenant for the last 3 years, so now she's got 13 years on, and currently oversees and coordinates all department training. As a training lieutenant, she often seeks out new training for officers and maintains all the records, so everyone is properly certified. In addition to her training coordinator duties, she's also the community relations coordinator and the helpline wellness coordinator, a role that she takes on very seriously. She has backup roles as well to assist with field training. There's a coordinator for that. She also takes care of briefing trainings and social media as needed. Her abilities and skills will be have been a great asset to the command staff and align with the needs and missions of the Depew Police Department. She received several letters of appreciation from the public and several accommodations from the department for outstanding police work. In the past year, she received honors from the State Assembly member Wallace and was recipient of the IACB 2023 Women Leadership Institute Scholarship from the New York Women in Law Enforcement. She is an asset to this department, and I think it's great that this body recognizes that. So, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. So, I know I relayed this, Lieutenant, to Chief Miller when the email came in, is that one of the things that stuck out in my mind from a couple years ago with the COVID crisis was that former Governor Cuomo had asked every municipality with a police agency to sit down and collaborate the vision of the police department. One of the things for me out of that committee was to get the officers out of their cars. And you happen to be out of your car when you weren't actually working, which is above and beyond as it is. But I know that you are working with the community relations portion. I sent you an email tonight for working with our fire department to get National Night Out back up and running again on August 6th. And I'm sure it'll be a tremendous job. I'd like you to come forward with Ken if you like. And board members, I don't want to have to move Audrey, so when I call for you, come on up and then we can wrap around this section here. Congratulations. Okay. Then we'll just stand on this side here. Yeah, okay, so I'll read this first. The certificate of recognition for Lieutenant Rochelle Menard for the actions taken by Lieutenant Menard while off duty on Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. came upon a vehicle accident involving Mr. Anthony J. Bazzona on Walden Avenue at Lakeview. Lieutenant Bernard remained with Mr. Bazzona until medical help arrived to care for him. The mayor and the village board appreciate the above and beyond efforts of Lieutenant Rochelle. Time for one, I don't want to hide Audrey here. Let's just step back a little bit here and then be right on this side.
Cover you. No, I'll be right behind you.
All right, be right here next to the wife. Yeah. There you go.
Take Bill advice on the
All
short.
right, just take my
Take
picture
that.
over there.
Thank you.
Take a good one?
Yeah, wait, one more for the video. All right,
Thank you.
congratulations, all right? Yeah, not a problem.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for making us look good.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
That's great. Good.
Right now, I'll go through the items that are on the agenda tonight, and I'm going to reach back out to Chief Miller here in a second. So, first item tonight is to waive a sign fee for St. Martha's. It happened right before our last meeting. It just didn't make the board. It's a simple thing. They're waiving the fee for the permit. We typically do that for our churches in the village. So their fish fry starts Wednesday, right, Darren?
Right.
Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yep.
4 to 7, takeout only.
There you go. It's delicious. Change of board meeting dates. Well, I tell you, we don't change board meeting dates for Dingus Day, never have, haven't yet. But we are changing the board meeting date for the solar eclipse. So there's going to be what they call chief past practice.
Yeah.
We're now into,
Okay, good.
so on April 9th, 2020, should be April 8th,
April 8th.
April 8th.
It's not Tuesday, it's Monday. isn't it?
Scrivener's error.
No,
Yep, Scribner's error.
moving it from,
The 8th
Instead
to
of-
the
yeah.
9th.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake, this is my Scribner. We're moving it to the 9th, which is a Tuesday. Paul, note that, so that you read that. And the meeting of April 8th, then will be on Tuesday.
Get your glasses. For the eclipse.
Next up, I have two resolutions to accept retirement paperwork. One is to accept the retirement paperwork of our police captain, Timothy Norick, who's informed us that his last day with the police force in the village of Depew is February 29th, 2024. And I'll just turn to Chief Miller. You know him very well.
Yeah, so Captain Norick, he's been on the force for approximately 23 years. I remember training him when I was a young officer, as his field training officer. He elevated through the ranks, became lieutenant, and eventually became captain 3 years ago. And he's been a spectacular assistant to me. Couldn't get a lot done without him. He's going to be truly missed.
I trained him at Tops before you got him as a police officer
Yes, he yes.
in the dairy department.
So we'll be bringing that up for the board. The next resolution is accept the retirement of Police Captain William Kerr.
Captain Kerr's got 29 years on. He actually started a year before I came on the force, and was one of the guys that took me under his wing and taught me a lot of things as I was moving up. He's been a lieutenant he was a lieutenant for 12 to 15 years. I don't have those dates in front of me, and the last 3 years as my operations lieutenant or captain. And that role is pivotal. It really helped us advance the police department as far as reviewing the reports on a daily and kind of correcting behaviors and teaching the officers moving forward and teaching the lieutenants. Because obviously law enforcement evolves, and we have to make sure all our officers are prepared, and we kind of guide him, and he was the guiding force for all the patrol officers and patrol lieutenants. So he's going to be missed as well. These are going to be tough roles to fill.
So I just want to elaborate on that last comment that you just made, Chief. The Village of Depew will be experiencing change in the end of this month in its police department like it's never seen before. To lose two captains within days of each other is, I don't know, I don't want to be too dramatic, but can be very tragic in some ways. I think the chief hasn't quite said everything about what the two of them brought to the village and to the police department. As captains, Chief Miller asked that we deviate a little bit and add an additional captain, and they both came on together within minutes of one another. And they've been instrumental in pretty much everything that Chief Miller has been putting together here as an agency. And one of the crowning jewels down at the end of the hallway here is our new police dispatch center. So it went from space that was a third of this perhaps
Yeah.
to something
Yeah, shoot
that
box.
equals this size pretty much. Coordinates our OEM personnel inside as well. I wouldn't even do it justice, some of the other things that had come about during the 3 years that the two of them worked with you. But
I think it's best that I actually write something out, that actually, because they both accomplished so much. Yeah, I'll make sure we get that out
Yeah.
this week, or before they leave.
that's where I was talking to you about earlier. So, not sure quite exactly what the police department will look like in a couple of weeks. It's going to take a lot of thought and a lot of extra effort. It's disappointing to see them leave. They have the time in, which God bless them for that. But it's hard to replace people of that kind of character and determination and passion to make the village of Depew better than what it was. So, if you see me voting no for the retirement paperwork, you'll understand. Next up is accept the retirement of one of our police officers as well, and that's Scott Hoffhines.
Yeah, so Scott Hoffman is again another young officer that I was able to train in his early days. When he came, he just got over 20 years, and this job is hard. You know, it seems to be the trend now. Officers get to 20 years and they retire. Law enforcement constantly evolves, and sometimes they're good involvements, sometimes they're not so much. And our job is definitely harder than it was 20 years ago. He's going to be missed. He was a guy that made you laugh. He made you come to work, and it made it fun. So he's going to be missed for sure.
We got
Trained him at Tops also.
He was a Tops worker also. So we also have a trend we pull up from Tops. We usually ask.
well, Tops was a training program?
Yeah, Tops is the training
That's
program.
the training program for the police
I
department. right?
personally started at Wegmans. I'm sorry.
All right, and the next resolution is appoint a part-time temporary building department clerk. We've had somebody out on medical recently, and we needed to keep our building department running on all 4 cylinders, if you would.
And I
So-
appreciate that.
And this is one that's done retroactively, just so you know, in an effort to get that spot filled as quickly as possible. That's retroactive to February the 5th. All right. So if anybody has any questions on any of those items that I just read off, please step to the podium. Just state your name and address, and we'll try and do our best to answer the questions. Going once, going twice, 3 times. All right, first item up on the agenda tonight is permission to waive the permit fee for a sign.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas St. Martha's Parish, 10 French Road, Depew, New York, 14043, has requested permission to waive the sign permit fee for the portable temporary sign at OLBS School, St. Martha's Parish, for their fish fries during Lent. Now, therefore, be it resolved that permission is hereby granted to the St. Martha's Parish, 10 French Road, Depew, New York, 14043, to waive the sign permit fee for the portable temporary sign at the OLBS School, St. Martha's Parish.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And it's been approved. Second item is change the village board meeting date.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, due to the solar eclipse, our board meeting date will be Tuesday, April 9th, 2024, instead of Monday, April 8th, 2024.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And that's also carried. Resolution number 3, accept the retirement of Police Captain Timothy Norick.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the retirement of Tim Norick from the Village of Depew Police Department, effective Thursday, February 29th, 2024, is accepted.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes?
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution number 4, accept the retirement of Police Captain William Kerr.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the retirement of William Kerr from the Village of Depew Police Department effective Monday, February 26th, 2024 is accepted.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes?
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Next resolution, accept the retirement of Police Officer Scott Hoffhines.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the retirement of Scott Hoffines, police officer from the Village of Depew Police Department, effective Wednesday, February 21st, 2024, is accepted.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes?
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Resolution number 6, appoint part-time temporary building clerk, the building department clerk. Pursuant to section 4-400 of Village Law, I, Mayor Kevin Peterson, do hereby appoint Ellen File to the position of part-time temporary building department clerk, effective Monday, February 5th, 2024. Need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Hammernick.
Yes?
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
We received one employment application in the past couple of weeks for our DPW department, Zachary Lavoy. And we have, I did not assign this, so somebody step up and take this. Department head reports for the police for January 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption to accept the department head reports of the police for January 2024.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, and that's carried. There's no unfinished and other business. And before we get to public concerns and comments, we're going to go around the room here. So we have Elizabeth Brinkworth tonight with Assemblymember Monica Wallace's office.
Good evening. Oops, sorry. Good evening, Mayor and trustees. Thank you as always for allowing me a few moments to provide an office update. For those in the audience who are new tonight, my name is Elizabeth Brinkworth, Chief of Staff for New York State Assembly Member Monica Wallace. The member is currently in Albany, back in session. It's full swing with budget. This week's committee hearings are judiciary, but as well as wrapping up budget hearing week with mental hygiene, taxes, and housing. So it's a pretty busy time in Albany for everyone to come forward and make budget requests and see what the state has to offer as we begin negotiations later this month. The constituent survey is up and live. That can be accessed at our website, which is assembly.state.ny.us/member Monica Wallace. So please feel free to fill it out. We would love to hear from you, get some ideas to what you would like to see the state budget do this year, legislation, or just community ideas and events. Or if you have a certain bill in mind that you would like to see pushed. In terms of community involvement, the member was very busy this past week and weekend, with Saturday being the Lunar New Year, so it is the Year of the Dragon. So an exciting time. Friday, the member visited Cheektowaga Central School District to participate in Valentine's for Veterans. It's always exciting to see Jim Wire from the Lancaster VFW post, and the member and teachers and students got to engage, interact, and they have Veterans Valentine's Day cards going out to local veterans as well as current service members that are aboard the USS Light Gulf. Apologies if I mispronounced that. But in terms of other news, there was a press conference held on Friday regarding carbon monoxide, or carbon dioxide, and essentially what's happening. I was right the first time. I always get them flip-flopped. And so what's happening is essentially, given situations that have occurred at Twin Rinks here in Cheektowaga, the member had realized there weren't really proper safety measures in place for indoor rinks and those levels and what they should be read, as well as safety equipment like the readers, detectors. So she held a press conference with FASNY, which is the Fire Association of New York State, Erie County Department of Health Commissioner Dr. Gail Bernstein, Assemblymember Wallace, Supervisor Nowak, because we had it at the Cheektowaga rink, and everyone just kind of gave a few moments just to say how important it is for local ice rinks to just kind of take those proper precautions, have those readers in place, checking equipment, just so we can keep our families and residents safe when they're using indoor facilities like indoor rinks. So that said, we hope that we can get that bill passed and moving forward. If anyone has issues at the state level, we're always here to help with easy paths, unemployment, other state issues, HEAP, sometimes come up, WIC, or it is tax season. If you're having an issue, getting an answer from New York State Department of Taxation and Finance, give our office a call and we will, help to the best of our ability. But that said, thank you all so much for your time.
Appreciate your office helping out one young lady last week with the phone calls that were going to her personal phone.
Oh, yes,
Julie?
something forwarding.
Julie Ann. You know her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Julie, yeah. So,
Yeah, my coworker was in contact. I guess someone put a number into call forwarding or
yeah,
something.
she was getting a lot of tax questions or something.
Yes. It's a lot to handle. Very good. Thank you all so much.
And what ice rink did you have that press conference at? Was that Cheektowaga?
Yeah, it was Cheektowaga Town Park. So
Okay. We're all up to snuff, by the way, just so you know.
awesome. Love to hear it. No, it sounds good. Thanks, Mayor.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
everyone.
you, Liz. All right, we'll go around the room. We'll start with Don today from our building department.
Good evening, everyone. So a lot going on in our little village of Depew here. A couple of things. We have a new Turkish restaurant going into the George Urban Plaza where the old Imperial Chinese buffet used to be, which is going to be pretty nice. But on top of that, we also have Three other applications that they're presently working on for a new Royal Nails, which will be going in there. A new boutique. And the DMV is almost done with their renovations within the next month or so. They should be completed, and hopefully we'll get our DMV back here, which saves us a lot of time and hassle from going other places. I'm also in contact with the owners of the plaza, and they want to discuss a couple other places that they want to renovate to get some more businesses. And so it's pretty nice seeing that plaza pick up. It's been vacant for some time now. I don't know if you're all aware of this, the Good Neighbors Credit Union. It's the old HSBC bank that was in the DNL Plaza. You can see the construction going on there, doing a really nice renovation, put a lot of effort into revitalizing that building. So I've seen the renderings. That'll be a very nice building when it's completed. We have a couple other businesses that have applied and are in the process of moving in. Thrifty Roofs, 10 Lives Clubs. That is I want to say like an animal rescue or cats.
Catch.
What else do we have?
They were displaced from Eastern Hills, I believe. Yeah.
The old Hidden Shamrock is under construction. I'm sure you've all seen the work going on there. That's coming out pretty nice. So we've kind of got a lot of things. Oh, and I'm sure you all remember the old Kentucky Greg's. I loved going there when I worked in Cheektowaga. We used to always stop there for lunch. The woman that used to make the desserts there
Pam.
is applied,
Pam.
and she is going to be taking over the old Dave's Homemade Foods over there, across from the Tim Hortons, next to the creek.
Yes, yeah, in the little plaza.
Yep. Where the I think it's the Air Force, right next to the Air Force, right there. But yeah, we used to stop in there and they would try their test desserts on us once in a while, and they always made great desserts. But she's going to be opening there, so we have a lot going on in our little village here lately. It's starting to pick up, which is really, really good.
Can you repeat where she's going?
Where the Dave's Homemade Food Soups are, next to the Air Force recruiting station there.
Okay.
It's on the same
Used to
side
be
where
near the
the
old skating
Depew
rink.
bus garage
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
Right.
Oh, okay.
What was the one with the old Kentucky Greg's, though? What's going there?
Well, she's going to be, I don't know the name of it yet. She picked up the paperwork, but she was very excited. She's going to be doing desserts. She did all the desserts there. They used to own the Kentucky Greg's.
It was the wife of Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's putting in a desserts bakery there. So that'll be nice.
So both locations there.
No, just
One.
just where Dave's, I guess Dave's is leaving,
Yes, okay.
and she'll be taking that location over.
Okay. I got you.
And we
That's very
also
exciting.
have, I forgot about this one. Someone just came to visit me about putting in, where Kentucky Greg's was, their smoke shop.
Yes.
There, I want to say it's a pierogi place. They're going to be putting
That's what I was
make
getting-
pierogies there. So,
Yeah.
lot going on.
All right. Across the table here, we'll go to Ken Pick from our DPW.
Not too much. We're still cutting trees. We will be grinding the stumps after we cut them down, so you don't have to call for that. That's pretty much all I got. Not too much.
Nothing to do in winter with no snow, huh?
Quiet. Don't say that.
Just jinxed.
I love how the budget was looking on your side. A couple of lines there were pretty nice last week. RJ from OEM.
Not much to report. Main thing is that we're starting to work on the comprehensive emergency management plan. I'll be reaching out to the department heads like yourself, chief, and the fire chief to get everything that we need from them. That's really about all we have, and that should be done in April.
Well, we'll go to the Phantom Fire Chief, Brian Musilak, and Ms. Regina has the report.
In January, our department responded to 31 alarms, and for February, our department has responded to 6 alarms for a total of 37 alarms year-to-date for 2024. He would also like to thank the mayor, trustees, and administrator for their cooperation on our ongoing apparatus station and radio projects that are in process. Respectfully submitted by Chief Muslak.
Okay. Other side of the table, Chief Miller.
So currently, for the year, we've had 1,530 calls for service. In January, we had 1,102 calls. 1,011 were non-criminal, 91 were criminal complaints. We had 2 stolen vehicles. We recovered 3 stolen vehicles. We had 31 motor vehicle accidents, 6 with injury, and 1 with a pedestrian. We made 32 arrests, 27 males and 5 females, and we issued 180 traffic summonses. That's all I got today.
Okay. Sam from Legal.
All right, if I can get this in the recycling bin without looking, I'm gonna do a double report next week and skip this week.
Oh, okay.
Nice shot.
All right, so,
Did it go in there?
no, it didn't go. Not too much to report. There's some ongoing litigation. We're not a party, but it's the big civil trial against the county over the death at the holding center. Part of the reason we're going to executive session is so that I can give a update to our board. We have outside counsel for that, but my understanding is our officers all testified last week. They did an excellent job and felt well prepared and comfortable. So that was good to hear, and hopefully our role in that trial is done and justice is done, whatever that may mean. That's about it for me.
Okay. Trustee Kraft.
I have nothing today.
Trustee Zimba.
For our 2 captains and our officer that are retiring, thank you for everything you did to keep our residents safe. You've earned it, you deserve it, now go enjoy it. That's it.
Okay. And Trustee Hammerding.
Congratulations to Rochelle Menard for what she did. Pleasure to have her on our force. Going to miss our officers that are retiring. And I always say we have the best, so now we have to continue. Thank you for your years of service.
Okay. Regina from Village Hall Administration.
Nothing
today. Okay. And just a couple of things. Regina and I sat through, and a trustee in most of the meetings, sat through the department head reports this last week as we round into the final quarter of the year. We have put a restrictions, if you will, or double check on any purchase order request that comes in above $2,500 as a method to sort of just keep an eye on everything closely. These last 4 months here, as we lead into the budget will be produced next month for a tentative budget, and then it'll be reviewed by board members to finally come to a final budget that needs to be adopted by the end of April. The village also had held AED and CPR training for employees that were interested. We held it actually at the new pavilion, which was kind of nice. And we trained successfully 20 of our employees. And out of that, we're getting help from RJ and Galen from OEM to purchase additional AED machines, one especially for TPW, one for the pavilion, one for the ice rink for year-round use. There's one there now, but we've been sharing it between 2 pool and the ice rink, but I know we didn't get a report tonight from our rec department, but we do have a very active floor hockey program in the summer, so we thought it would be important to have it there. And another unit for here, and I know that Judge McDonald in court also has put in a grant for a grant request for an AED. So we're taking that pretty seriously. It took us a while to get the training in place, but glad that we did it, and we'll look to do it again. All right. Anybody have any questions? I put you to sleep, Paul? Come on, what do you got? Paul's proud of. 58 Argus.
Let's just all one after another ask any questions. Paul, we got some questions for you tonight.
Shoot away.
What's Lancaster doing for the eclipse?
They are, I was going to mention that part.
All right, why don't I just shut up and listen? I know better.
Go ahead.
Best thing you've said in a long time.
Ouch.
Just kidding.
We're having a thing. You should see us out.
Speaking of the eclipse, first of all, I want to wish everybody here a happy Valentine's Day, and for those that participate at Ash Wednesday. Anyhow, getting back to the eclipse, Lancaster, not Opera House, Lancaster Library, each member that lives in Lancaster can get 2 pair of glasses to watch the eclipse for free.
They are out currently.
They're out? Well, I was just there yesterday or the day before. And they
I was
said-
there Saturday, and he said no. And they
Oh,
weren't going
really?
to get any more till this week.
Oh, but they will be coming.
That's what he said.
Okay. All right. When they get them,
Okay.
you can get 2 per person. And I advise, I think every Erie County Library has them for free. I advise everybody to get them because you don't want to hurt your eyes. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see eclipse, so I would advise it. One thing that is kind of going unnoticed with this good weather that we had is we had a couple of substantial snowfalls. But what Audrey put into play last year and again this year, she got the Depew High School students to shovel out the fire hydrants to help the firemen. And I think that people don't realize it, but that's a heck of a job to do that. And I thank her for following through on that.
Thank you.
One other thing is this weekend, starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, is the Lancaster High School play. They're doing the Addams Family this year. And if nobody has ever seen a high school play at Lancaster, they are fantastic. I mean, I usher at UB Center for the Arts too, and Lancaster High School could compete with them and win hands down their quantity of their performance, and they got an excellent music department.
For a Kenny they go for, right?
Yeah, my son won a Kenny Award 2 years ago for that.
He did the sets this year too?
Yes, he did.
Did he kick you off the set?
Pardon?
Weren't you trying to paint with him?
I was there a couple days ago.
Okay.
He was correcting me. But that's about all that I have.
Okay.
Addams Family this coming weekend. It's really good. I think tickets are only $13.
Plus a service fee.
And pardon?
Plus a slight service fee, $1.69.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we have
Tickets are.
14 tickets out
And if you're a senior, you can get a card where you can get in for nothing at the Lancaster High School office on Laverick and Central. Every senior citizen can get a card.
Over 55?
Over, I don't know.
65?
It's probably over 60.
Okay.
But you can get 1 card per person, and that gives you free, like the play that's going on this weekend and all their sporting events. So it doesn't cost you anything for seniors, which is a nice incentive.
All right. I'll have to check that out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Anyone else with any questions? Okay. All right. So tonight we have an executive session to go into shortly, but first we're going to do the claims and accounts.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, the claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and are approved for payment as follows.
From the general fund, $489,258.56. Community development, 0. Sewer fund, $4,894.73. Capital projects, $158,612.09. For a total of $652,765.38.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Before we go to executive session, since I doubt anybody will be here when we go to adjourn, I just want to make mention of a very dear friend of mine who lived behind me for these past 35 years since I built my home, Mary Ann Gullo, and she was a very devout member of Our Lady of Blessed Sacrament and most recently St. Martha's. She passed on 2 Fridays ago. 2 Fridays ago, I believe it was. So just keep her family in your thoughts, if you would. Entertain executive session.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we move into executive session for a personnel and labor matter at 7:52.
I second motion.
Also, pending litigation.
And pending litigation.
Pending
And
litigation.
pending litigation.
I second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And carried, and we're at, what time did you say? 7:52? 7:52. And if we don't see you when we come back, have a nice holiday on Wednesday. Okay.
Second.
Okay, bring us back out of the executive session.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we return from executive session at 9:04 PM.
No decisions were made. I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. It'd be 9:04. Wow. We'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion, that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
At 9:05. I second the motion.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.